throughout the entire course of the season. So whether it would have worked out or not, you know, I don't know. But well, it didn't. So yes, I do know.
Did you see week 1 coming? I mean, did you at all think week 1 though? I could be a week 1 candidate.
Honestly, I never thought. I mean, I actually, well, before I came here, I was like,
that actually is a very good question.
Yeah, no.
It really
Somebody's going to be week 1, and I just wonder of the house guests, is anybody like? It's probably me.
I honestly,
I would think with your attitude in that it wouldn't even be a consideration.
To be honest, it actually was, because I kind of know I do have reckless aspects to my personality. Like I definitely knew that I was going to go in hard, and so I definitely knew there was a potential, because I am kind of arrogant. So I definitely knew there was a potential where if people didn't take to me, I knew they would want me gone. So I can tell you honestly, I did have a feeling that it was a possibility, because I knew how I was going to go into the house. So, but then again, that was a small percentage. I'm like, really? I can't. You know, they're going to get rid of a floater before they get rid of me. And then, you know, immediately when you see Rennie in there,
some idiot the
first
week.
Exactly. I just imagine you're looking around sizing everybody up, and nobody thinks it's you.
No, yeah, and a lot of people were surprised, but it was because, you know, I was trying to make too much happen.
What do you think about that live audience? That's new now. Well, old but new, going back to.
You're bummed when you get voted out. I was bummed, and to walk out and have that kind of a response, and when I first saw the clip when we were inside the house on the television, I thought it was pre-recorded and it was all BS. I didn't know that they were behind her, because if you looked at the shot that they gave us, it was people like, yay!
But unless you guys were talking, you can hear it.
We couldn't at first, because there was somebody talking. We were all talking to each other at the same time, and so once we heard them, it was like, oh, this is real. And then we walked out of the house, and when I walked out of the house, I got to tell you, it was a great feeling.
So
it was a great feeling.
So it made you feel good. See, I don't know if I wanted like all those people. I don't know.
It did take a little of the sting away.
Get my thing with Julie over and get me the hell out of here.
It did take a little of the sting away. And, there were a couple of. It was nice to see a couple of people in your sight line that you'd never seen before, and so it was like, wow, people actually do watch this. It was the first time I was shocked, that there were actually people watching us when we were out there, because they knew kind of what was going on.
So out of being with the time that you were in the house, what surprised you the most? Not necessarily about the game, but just you going and living in this environment without television, without any sort of outside contact. What about that experience surprised you?
How short the beds were.
How short the beds were.
Like this. It wasn't even like a regular single. It was like a single kid. No, I would say that.
Was it those 4-foot long beds?
Yeah, it was a little tiny. No, they weren't 4. They were longer than that. But I would say what surprised me the most was the amount of paranoia and downtime. Believe it or not, I was actually surprised by how freaked out people got, and the boredom of just having nothing to do. I mean, I was in there 8 days, and we were like, "This is." At one point, we're like, "This is day 5 of 9."
You weren't cooking.
Only 8 days.
You weren't doing laundry.
Oh,
it's like that's how I filled my days.
Yeah,
it was everyone's chores. It was everybody's bitch.
Yeah, and just kept
cooking for
busy.
14 people is like 3.5 hours.
God.
And then I did like 10 loads of laundry. It killed, gets you into the night. Otherwise you do go crazy.
Yeah, or you would have. I mean, I can only imagine day 60, it's going to start to wear.
Didn't you guys make up games and stuff?
I did. I had a family feud
before
game
the
I was
feeds
working
go on. It's like when you first get in there was like so many games. And I imagine the same kind of thing with you guys.
I was working. I wanted to see if I could get a piece of paper, because I was going to do a family feud game where you just do a survey.
Yeah, a pencil.
It's like survey says, but see, I actually found some stuff. I turned to the nail polish and I started writing it on stuff, and then I got yelled at.
Yeah, because you can't write.
It was interesting.
I used to use the mustard.
See?
I used the mustard on the table.
Exactly.
But it wasn't for, they're worried about like secret signals and stuff like that.
Yeah, this was just literally like, and I said, can you start asking people around? Because I wanted to do a family feud. And that's where like Around the World with Pillows started, and the puppet show. And I had a carnival I was about to build with the plastic plates that they had, to where you throw the stuff and it breaks the plastic plates.
So we're missing out on a carnival now, you
full
tell
carnival.
us?
Full carnival. Yep.
Okay, let's take our very last call.
I'm ready.
We're going to go to Illinois.
All right.
Ben, it's going to be you. You're on, man.
Hey, everybody.
Illinois.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, Brian, I wanted to get your perspective on the Jesse-Rennie tension in the house. I personally side with Rennie. I think Jesse has been a little more disrespectful to her than she has to him, but I wanted to get your insider opinion on that.
I mean, he's disrespectful because he's a 22-year-old kid. I mean, that's really all there is to it. He absolutely has. I mean, he said last night, like a true child, well, you know, opened up with, well, you got to give respect to get respect. Well, you know what? She's earned a little bit of respect through her years of life, and really, he had no reason to. He does. I mean, his little comments are consistent. He was saying things to me. Once they had done the thing, I had 2 days of listening to his little comments like, oh, well, you're not going to have to deal with that for very much longer. And it's just stuff like that. Like, he's going to do that to the point where he's a kid. He's 22 years old. We all kind of sided with Rennie in the sense where she was over the top at first, but she was kind of like that with everyone. It wasn't specific.
Yeah, but you guys are, what you're missing is, because of that, he got put on the block. I would have been pissed too.
But maybe he shouldn't have overreacted so much initially about somebody waking you up. I mean, I just feel like, this is how I feel about my downstairs neighbors. My downstairs neighbors complain all the time.
That was ridiculous.
I feel like they're deluded. They think they live in a house. They live in a freaking apartment. Same here. It's like, dude, you went on a TV show with cameras 24/7 and all these roommates.
And the horses.
You think you're not going to be interrupted? And then I just thought he was kind of like a baby with his like big old body, you know, like trying to maneuver it around. He was like, well, I'm up. I'm up. As if she's got to put him back in bed. Like, I'll give you a little diaper.
The chest flex when he bounces him up.
Oh, man,
he got put on the block. I was sitting there going, oh my God, somebody rewind that. He did not do that.
Plus, when you're in there the first week, it almost made me feel like camp when you were a kid. Like, who the first week or first night at camp, when you're in this new experience, who goes to bed at like, well, I'm going to bed and everybody be quiet.
There's always somebody, though.
Like,
There's always somebody. There's always someone.
Yeah, well, go to bed, but if I wake you up, then deal with it. They're in another room laughing and having a good time, and the youngest kid in the house comes in and is like, oh, I'm trying to sleep. I really like my sleep. Shut up.
Yeah, you should build yourself a little insulated helmet to bring in then if you know that that's your situation.
And it's not like she's the only one in the room that was making noise. You know, God forbid he would say anything of the rest of them.
She was going off, though, and she wasn't stopping.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait for more of his comments.
Yeah, they're on their way.
What is she, 104?
He won the HOH.
Says things like that.
He won HOH, and now his head's gonna get bigger, and his vanity's just gonna play more of a part. And
well, that'll be cool. It'll balance out his body.
That's fun to watch.
Yeah, that will be fun to watch. That'll be good TV. He's gonna think.
But then you're gonna watch, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, and the feeds will hook up. What happens is, whoever gets all this, you know, starts gloating and they got the HOH and like gets the biggest head and all that stuff. Normally, for some reason or another, with this game, they end up on the block the next week. For some reason or another, it's just like, it's really weird how it plays out. But
totally weird.
So many people like to talk about my arrogance, but yet they'll be guilty of probably the same thing before it's done here.
Oh, yeah. Quick. Okay, Brian, do you have anything that you would like to say to your fans here in closing?
Yeah, I mean, thanks. Everybody's been incredibly supportive for being the first one getting kicked off, and I really appreciate it. And, you know, I'm going to be involved in all of this as much as I possibly can. I had a great time. It was a great experience, and I recommend trying it next time the next season comes around. Give it a whirl and
don't play so hard so fast.
Yeah, don't play so hard so fast.
Have a good time. Play
friends,
frisbee.
Hang back and
have
then,
a carnival.
You know, and then have a carnival and
relax
and a puppet show apparently at the same time. But listen to this guy, so he figured it out. So
that's true. God, boy, we got full end of the spectrum today.
That's a lot of luck.
Last man standing, first man out. What a wide range for you, huh? What are we gonna have tomorrow? We're gonna have Kaser. We're gonna talk about some other crazy things going on. Ooh, yeah.
Kaser was out 3 times.
3 times.
2 seasons, never made the jury.
So don't forget, House Calls is on 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at a brand new time. For people like myself who like to sleep a little longer, we're on at 3 p.m. Eastern,
now that I moved closer,
Pacific.
Doesn't even matter.
Right here at CBS.com.
See ya.